Macy's has been a major employer out here in Cheshire for decades, and some employees tell me that they're devastated they won't be able to work here much longer.
Like, we don't know what we're going to do now because, that was our job.
Just down this road in Cheshire, the future for hundreds of employees remains unclear as the closing of this fulfillment facility and the one in South Windsor inches closer and closer. A sad end to a legacy, according to one employee who wished to remain anonymous for her safety.
A lot of people working here, it's many years already working there. It's a good job.
Layoffs are expected to start as soon as March 14th and include fulfillment associates, power equipment operators, mechanics, and drivers. The second round will happen in the beginning of April, and then there are 2 more rounds of layoffs in August. The impact has already been felt in Cheshire, where most of the layoffs will take place. In a statement, town planner Sean Kimball says, quote, Macy's has been a valued member of our community since 1986 and has consistently been one of Cheshire's top 10 employers, making this a significant loss for our town. Our thoughts are with the employees and families impacted by this decision, end quote. The local Chamber of Commerce is also weighing in and says, quote, we recognize that decisions of this magnitude are never made lightly. We respect the challenges businesses must navigate to remain viable and competitive in an evolving marketplace. Our thoughts are also with the employees and their families impacted by this difficult decision.
Welcome to the video, everyone. So Macy's is closing a fulfillment center, well, 2 fulfillment centers in the Connecticut area. And of course, this is terrible news for, the thousands of employees that will be laid off during this whole transition or, event that's happening. And now, that they'll have to, either, find another fulfillment center or some type of similar work. But it's pretty terrible because a lot of times families aren't ready for this type of change. They don't have their finances together. They don't have, the skills to really find any other type of work sometimes, complacency and things like that. And just feeling like, this would be a job that they could retire at. Um, it's hard to say that you didn't see the writings on the walls, especially with like certain Macy's closing across the nation and the move to e-commerce, everything going online. So it's like it's just one of those things that was kind of inevitable. And hopefully, these employees are able to find other positions, other work. But I see this happening, in more companies other than like Macy's and Bloomingdale's. I see it, kind of happening across the board at a lot of different companies that are like their first aspect of their business is a retail location, and then of course they have a fulfillment center for the retail location. So I see this kind of being like a trickle down effect, like Macy's being like one of the first. But there's been several more, but Macy's being, in this area, one of the first, and they've been operating since the early 1980s or late 1980s within this area. So it's definitely going to impact the economy around this area of Connecticut. And I have to, see if there's like any other fulfillment centers, which I'm sure there are in that area, but at the same time, it's definitely a bit inconvenience for the employees. Um, it looks like they'll start laying off in March and just continue on throughout the year. If I was an employee within that fulfillment center, first thing I'm gonna do is start putting my resume together. Definitely start looking for other positions, and this is affecting everyone from people who work on the fulfillment line, drivers, mechanics, machine operators. So it's affecting various positions, and you want to just make sure you're prepared. And I would say that for any type of this is just a story to kind of highlight what's happening, but it can happen in any state at any time. So you really want to make sure you're prepared for anything like this. Make sure you're looking at job sites or just looking for other opportunities. just in case. And I'll always keep your resume updated. And it's easy to say, hey, try to go get another skill, but sometimes, man, people are in family situations to where they don't have time to even try to get another skill. But in this type of situation, you'll have to make time. So, very tough again for the 1,000+ employees. Again, hopefully they're able to find other sources of employment, because, if you're not able to make an income, then that's gonna, affect your living circumstances, and, affect those around you who depend on you to provide, for them. So, definitely a story I seen, and I just kind of wanted to bring light to it, because I just want to cover a wide range of topics, and the job market is, something that's being affected every day. Just basically saying it's not really, too many job opportunities, and if there are job opportunities, a lot of times people do not qualify for them, and sometimes people just post job opportunities. Like sometimes jobs post the job opportunities, just to show that they're posting, but not necessarily looking to hire. Again, if you work at any type of fulfillment center or plants or anything like that, you definitely want to make sure you have backup plans, just in case your positions are cut, and the companies are going in different directions. I'm not even sure if Macy's is a profitable company at this point. Being that, people can shop online, people can often find similar or, same quality items for way less if they just, take the time to shop online. So it's definitely one of those things. But again, hopefully they're able to find other positions, maybe have a career change. Just never give up, though. That's one thing, even if you are laid off, hopefully it comes with a package that'll sustain you at least for a month or two, as you look for other employment. I'm going to wrap this video up. If you like my content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This is Justin Paul. Peace.